Okay, after a little bit of annoying things had happened, the one camera is on the fritz. We are going to open these copper contacts and we're going to work on this bad boy right here. We're going to kind of just dive right into it and get it done. That's the only light I actually have that's going to help us right now. So, okay, these, we'll just start off with these. These are just little plug-in wall wart deals. Smack it with a hammer and get the transformer out. See that? And get us a little transformer out of there. There. Yeah. Do that times 3. Okay. We're gonna move on to the next ones. These are smaller copper contacts. There's a variety of them right here. 3 of those, 4 of those. Yeah, actually 4 of each. Look at that. We'll start off with these smallest ones. These ones have a little bit of copper on the bottom sides. Basically what I'm doing is I'm just chopping through the damn screws that are holding this unit together. So I mean, we'll probably go a different route and actually get a star bit out so we can get these a little bit cleaner. Technically that's how we should be doing these, but okay, there you go. See, you got us a piece of number 2 copper right here. Okay, number 2 copper. We're gonna do that a few times. Some of this is gonna be copper too, and then some of it won't be. So we'll put all the little scraps to the side and we're gonna start stacking these up right here. The bigger the contact, the more copper there'll be, more than likely. This one come right apart pretty easy. See, a lot of the times we can just get away with doing that number 2 piece. Some of them require screws to open up. Like this one. This one's going to take some screws. So we're going to do this one the right way this time. Pry those up. Okay. And so long as we get that cover off, we can get to those screws that fasten it all down. There. Good. 4 screws. There. 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 And there. There. Piece of copper. Yeah. This stuff can be a pain in the butt to get into. It's all glued together and this, that, and the other thing, but you do have a few copper tabs that you probably could cut off of there if you wanted to. We'll do that later. Okay, let's go to the next size up right here. These ones, I'm honestly thinking a good smack with a hammer. We'll get it loose. It did. So you got these little copper pieces. Those came out okay. As long as you get most of the plastic and junk off of it, I would throw the rest of this right into number 2 copper. There. There's going to be some gooey stuff, some silicone type stuff in there. Sometimes it's not that fun getting that crap on your gloves, but these ones are opening just like that. See? And that's usually how I'm used to opening them, but like we just discovered on some of those smaller ones, it actually took a Allen key or a star bit to get into it. Rip that plastic out of there. There. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff isn't all that bad to handle in the winter. This gooey stuff that I'm messing with right here, that stuff is way stickier in the summertime. Kind of makes me glad to be doing these right now. Okay. I'm glad I fixed those steps over there on the travel trailer. I don't have to even have it in the back of my head that Mason might get hurt on those. It's not gonna happen now because it's fixed. Okay, now look at these ones. Look at how thick that copper plate is on these. These are nice. I forgot how they come apart, but I think we're gonna start by maybe just prying one open and seeing what happens. Yeah, I'm using that hatchet as a prying tool to open these copper tabs like I just did there. Not bad. Okay, we got it loose. It looks like we did. There's the top cap piece. There. And these ones have screws as well. Now if we just unscrew it, it'd probably be a lot easier, better off there. We need a different bit. What is that anyways? Allen key. Do we have the right size Allen key for that? Maybe. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. So these got a lot of screws. Okay, and it looks like some of these aren't even going to want to unscrew. We'll get them close. Okay, and those two are not coming loose. What do you want to do? Smack it? Clean it up. Hatchet. There, that's better. Some of these just don't like to come apart. That's a big old chunk of number 2 copper right there. We do like those things. These contact pieces are copper as well. There we go. That's a nice piece of copper. Usually the rest of this is going to be tin shred. There's mixed steel and mixed parts in there. We don't need it. So let's do those. I like these ones. They are nice. There. Get that plastic off of here. They slide off. Got some screws. Got lucky on that one. They all came loose. Ish. I like to run it right here. If I can get it in like that, and just smack toward me. That usually does the trick. See that? And get some nice copper. Open this up. Open it up. And this stuff's basically tin shred. Nice. As repetitive as it is, we have 4 more of those to go. And we got a good pile of number 2 copper from that right here. Look at that. There's another one right here too. This stuff, that adds up. It does. But I want to work on this now. This thing. Do we even have what we need to open it? I don't know. That might do. Try to go for these top pieces on here. I don't even, to be honest with you guys, I don't even know exactly how these come apart. I've never had one quite like this before, but we got some Allen key heads on here. I think we can get to and open, right? Be a good start, maybe. Oh, I'm guessing that's copper. I'm guessing this is also copper. We will check it though. Good stuff though. The weight on this stuff is nice. Now what do we do with that? How does that come apart? Got that. These chunks. This is copper for sure. It's really heavy. Good stuff. Uh-oh. We got one that's not willing to come apart, I don't think. Nope. I'm assuming some of this has been burnt out or something or another because it was tossed out. There's a little drawer and it slides out, like I just pulled that out. And this is also copper. See if we can pop that out of there. I don't exactly know how even that comes out either. Or if it's glued in there, if it's resin, or I don't know. Huh. Come on, baby. Any reason why you're not trying to pop out there? Is it this? Hello? I'm very confused. I don't see why it's not popping out. Try to get some leverage on it. See if it'll pry out that way. There it goes. Nice. See, that was just a chunk of steel that came out. We have inside this plastic copper, I think. A copper coil right there. And it is too, it's pretty heavy. Plastic. Smack this open. Another smack. Look at that. There's some copper out of there. Nice. That's some good stuff. I could almost sell this as bare bright. This stuff right here. It's almost thick enough to where we would be able to. Look at that. Okay. Now we got this stuff to look at. We got to look at it. Find out how this comes apart. I don't know. I think if we take a hatchet right here to this plastic, what'll happen? Huh. Well, I think we're going to use a grinder and cut these parts off. There's some thin steel right here. Yeah, that's nice. You got some copper chunks coming off of that. Oh no. Let's do that again. There's 3 of those on here. So we're down to this part now. Now, what do we do from here? I don't know. We're going to have to open this thing up and find out. Figure out how it opens. Looks like we have 4 spots right here to open this. We're going to need a Phillips for that. Maybe it'll just open right up and it'll be nice to us. Or not. I think I got it. Ah, okay, can shred that. Steel on there. Got this thing. I highly doubt there's much inside this but steel. And then, what's holding these copper chunks in is Phillips heads. I can see them all now. Open that. Oh yeah, they're coming right out. Beautiful. That was all the copper out of it. Look at these nice chunks. That's all copper. Boom. So, is this? That is steel. These chunks are steel. So, we got a few more contacts to open. These ones. So after we open these up, we're going to grab our scale and we're going to weigh it. Now, out of that big piece, that's all the copper out of that big piece that we just finished. I don't see a problem in throwing that on the scale right now. I would like to see how much that was. Okay, we're on. Zeroed out. And we got this. Get that on there. 14 pounds came out of that thing, man. 14 pounds of copper. And then the rest was just steel. That's plastic chunk. But yeah, 14 pounds of copper came out of that. That's awesome, dude. Cool. Good. That's going to be all just number 2 copper. I mean, I think I thought about throwing this stuff into Beer Bright, but I think it's lacquer covered. I could be wrong, though. I don't know. I feel like maybe we should just toss it in Beer Bright. That's the vibe I'm getting. If we rip this piece of plastic off of there, I bet we'll get away with throwing it right in the Beer Bright. There. Okay, that's just going to be number 2 stuff. Throw it in number 2. Boom. So 14 pounds so far. And as far as we can get for this stuff, we're going to, well, we're going to open these up, and then we're going to weigh all that number 2 copper right there. And got some scraps and whatnot. But I was kind of happy to find these because I knew I could make some decent weight off of them. This one's jacked up. But I always get excited when I find stuff like this. I mean, as you guys know, dude, as you guys know, everything that I get and that I recycle is mainly coming from dumpsters and garbage. I get a thrill out of reclaiming this stuff instead of it going to landfills. It makes me feel good to do it. So that's probably one of the biggest reasons why I do it, is it feels good to do it. You know, it's either me getting it or a landfill getting it. I mean, granted, there could be people that scrap metal like this at landfills. You know, I watched YouTube videos on people that do just that. Like, they go to a landfill and then they would grab scrap metal while they're there. Because you know what happens to it, dude. Once it gets to the landfill, they dump it, and a bulldozer runs over it, and it's gone forever. You know, I bet one day, you know, not in our lifetime, but thousands of years from now, I bet we're gonna deplete our metal materials so bad that we're going to start digging open, we're going to start tearing back open landfills to get all the metals that we threw in. All the stuff that gets tossed out. I think thousands of years from now, we're going to need it so bad that we're going to have to actually tear into stuff like landfills for mining. It'll be like a whole new world of mining right there. I mean, people already do that, but it's to basically save it from going to the landfill. I think thousands of years from now, we're going to be mining in the landfill to get what we can get. Come on, you turd. There. That's all I was trying to do. Thank you. But yeah, we're going to be taking these last few apart, and we're going to find out how much weight we had just out of these contacts. And it's insane how much weight you can actually pull from these if you got a good pile of them, you know. Okay, there they are. Let's grab a bit, the right bit. Where are you? Where are you? Is that one? Yes. Okay, let's open them up. Okay, we got 2 of them that aren't getting loose on that. Some of these screws don't go. They won't come out. One ain't going. Yeah, ones that make my bit strip out, I'm just gonna pass off, and we'll just use excessive force. Hatchet and hammer. That one's not going. This one's going to be tougher. So a couple of these aren't going to come apart so nicely. And we know this. So I'm just going to go straight for it. And just assume that they're all going to give me a problem. I'm going to open them like this. Like that. And then we can smack into these and get the copper plate pieces out. The contact pieces. There. We'll set those to the side. We're going to come right back to them to get the copper. One more. Good. Some nice copper bars. Alright, and then we just gotta smack this stuff apart. Get it loose. It's plastic and goop. Silicone holding it all together. There. Awesome. Got this rubber crap on there. Most of that comes off quite nicely. Come on, come on. There it is. We're gonna tin shred this crap. We got a full bucket of tin shred. I think our last scrap run is going to be with the truck. I think that's my game plan, my goal. I want to get everything 100% here on scrap metal. And then load it all in the truck and then take it. I know there's scrap yards around that that do e-waste recycling too. I need a scrap yard that does green boards. So I'm just thinking in my head, if I'm turning in my green boards and stuff all in the same time, I'm gonna bring them all my scrap metal and see what happens. The one thing I am afraid of at that point is, yeah, I'm going to a new scrap yard. They're going to try to give me rookie prices. By rookie prices, I mean some yards like taking advantage. You know, yeah. How rude of my GoPro to die right at the end when I was getting ready to weigh the rest of this. But anyways, we got the majority of all the number 2 copper from those copper contacts. Okay, we're gonna come on over here and weigh it. We know we have 14 pounds of copper that came from that one big piece that we worked on. So how much did we make off of all the little smaller pieces, those contacts? I mean, these are some nice plates of copper. Like one of these, that's 1.5 pounds just right there on that one. They're not light. Man, look at that. I think that was about all of it. One there, one there. For the most part, besides these little copper tabs, I'm not going to really bother much about that stuff. That's just breakage to me. We got 16 pounds of copper from just that alone. If I had a huge pile of those copper contacts, I'd be working on them. But yeah. So what is that? 30 pounds of copper just from the stuff we just worked on right here. I'm cool with that. And I'm gonna get away with putting this in Bear Bright, I think. To me, it looks like Bear Bright. Yeah. It'll go in. I got some wire I can probably strip tonight. Maybe I will do a live stream. I don't know. Get that stuff in there. But anyways, the rest of this is going right into that number 2 basket right there. Some actual weight. Some good stuff. Make a good video. Yeah, that's nice. I'm just gonna double check that this is copper. Yeah, it definitely is. Nice. Okay, so we got a little bit of a side mission I want to do right now. Check this out. Over here on these steps, I have these little holes. These little holes on each step. There's 4 of them per step. I'm going to delete those. I'm going to fill them in with welds because I know that they're meant for drains. It's meant to drain water off the steps. I don't care about that. My dog, when he comes up and down out of these steps, his claws sometimes get stuck in this hole and it almost rips his claw off. Like this happened once before and it happened again just now. He's okay. He didn't lose his claw or anything, but it made him bleed a little bit. I'm tired of this hurting my dog. These holes. So we're gonna bust that frickin' welder out and fill them. And we're gonna grind it down and we're gonna fill it. And we got an outlet right there, that'll work. I know we just did welding stuff the other day, but now, under these circumstances, this is a priority to me now. I'm not having it. I would absolutely hate to come down a set of stairs and lose my toenail off of something. That would suck. So we're breaking out this welder and we're gonna come over here and make a big difference on it because I love my Mason boy and I don't want him getting hurt. I don't want that. What matters is that my dog is safe. Okay, I'm gonna go grab me a welding stick. Welding sticks. Now I got some thicker ones right here too we can use. We might be able to get away with using thicker ones. It'd probably be more appropriate anyways. So our first step is going to take the grinder and we're going to clean up around the holes down to bare metal so we can weld the stuff. Okay, that part is done. Oh, we need to grind a spot for the ground to go. We'll just do it right here. That'll work. Yeah, I was so upset when I seen him come down the steps and one of these holes almost took his claw from him. I could only imagine how painful that could be for a dog, and you know what? I ain't having it, man. We're fixing it right now. I don't ever want that to happen again to my dog. He's in there hurting right now because of the trailer. Oh, I can't have that. No way, dude. So we'll see what we can do with these bigger welding rods. Hopefully it'll just fill a lot easier, but we'll see. I need to go grab me a monkey mask actually, guys. That's too much welding to do it with my eyes exposed. I mean, any welding with your eyes exposed to it is bad, obviously, but you know, like when I was underneath the truck, I wasn't wearing a mask. It's because I had my hand up in front of me, kind of, you know, hiding my eyes from it when the welds began, basically. But either way, we got this little mask right here, and that will help out. This is thinner metal. I just don't want to make the holes bigger. That's my problem. I want to fill it. You know what I mean? Not, you know, melt holes through my steps. I'm trying to fill it. Come on. It's tough welding out here when it's cold out. Come on, turd. That one's about filled. There. No! I hate when the welding rod gets stuck like that. I want to fill these faster. That's what I want. we got half of it done with the first stick. It's a good start. Come over here and do this one now. Right, Hero 12, are you with me? We're right here. Okay. My dog's not gonna get hurt no more. That's what matters. Cool. We got one welding stick is now down, but that got us almost 2 steps right there. Obviously we're gonna kind of tack it and grind it a little bit and kind of try to make it look good as well, but covering these holes up is one of the most important parts to me right now. I am not letting my doggy get hurt no more. No way. The welder that I'm using is really small and low and very low quality. That's why it appears that I'm struggling. Come on now. Give me a little something. There. Come on now. You gotta go a little bit at a time when you're trying to fill a hole. That one's filled. There. Pretty good, I think. Okay, my dog will no longer get hurt on these. We're good. We're good. Back to the workbench. We're gonna get over there right now. Anyways, yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out with me tonight. We're just trying to continue to get things done and wrapped up here. We did a number of things today. There's some stuff I did off camera too, but either way, we made progress. I fixed the steps on the travel trailer so Mason don't hurt his paws no more. That was a big thing. For me, it was. I'm happy to be able to get that done. Ah, that's so bright. That's so bright. Yep. But anyways, tomorrow is Monday. Got some crap right there. Yeah, tomorrow is Monday anyways. And we got our screens, our lenses coming in for our GoPros. I'm finding it to be a pain in the butt to edit my videos with having one camera messed up. So hopefully we're gonna be making a difference there tomorrow. That stuff is allegedly coming in at noon, so I'll be able to have both my cameras back. That's nice. Didn't expect to break out the welder again, but we did. Alright, we're done here. Thank you for watching, everybody. This is Merchant Metals. Keeping warm, keeping busy, keeping positive about everything. Okay? Okay.
I worked so long in construction that I forgot I had a dream. Didn't know where I was going, didn't like where I had been. So one day I gave it all up when my eyes were open wide. I packed my life into my truck with Mason Boy by my side. I kept driving, but I had to make ends meet. I started thriving by scrapping industry, dumpster diving, street scrapping throughout America. From Michigan to Ohio, down to Florida. Merchant metals, recycle, don't destroy. Merchant metals and my dog Mason Boy. Merchant metals, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up and say hi. Myself a trailer, so when I'm on the road I have a rolling workshop and can scrap a heavy load. When it feels like life is hard, I know just what to do. I hit the road and recycle scrap and make my dreams come true. I kept driving, but I had to make ends meet. I started thriving by scrapping in the street, dumpster diving, street scrapping throughout America. From Michigan to Ohio, down to Florida. Merchant metals, recycle, don't destroy. Merchant metals, my dog Mason boy. Merchant metals, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up and say hi. Merchant metals, recycle, don't destroy. Merchant metals, and my dog Mason boy. Merchant metals, thank you for stopping by. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up and say hi.